It's 2 a.m. You're lying in bed. Nothing is wrong. And then, out of nowhere, your brain leans over and whispers, "Hey, remember that thing you said 7 years ago?" And suddenly you are wide awake, staring at the ceiling, reliving a moment that everyone else on Earth forgot the second it happened. Maybe you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you. Maybe you called your teacher mom. Maybe you said "you too" when the waiter said "enjoy your meal." Maybe you laughed half a second too late at a joke, and you're sure everyone noticed. Maybe you sent a text and spotted the typo the instant after you hit send. Maybe years ago you mispronounced one word in front of the whole class, and tonight, for no reason at all, your brain decided it was finally time to bring that back up. It was tiny. It was years ago. It did not matter. So why does your brain insist on playing it back in 4K at the exact moment you're trying to fall asleep? You're not broken. You're not weird. What's happening to you has a name and a reason, and once you understand it, those 2 a.m. ambushes lose almost all of their power. So let's get into it. Let's find out what your brain is actually doing in the dark. Here's the first thing nobody tells you. The embarrassing memory machine isn't broken during the day. It's just outvoted. All day long, you have a bouncer at the front of your mind. Scientists call it the prefrontal cortex. It's the calm, rational part of your brain that says, "We are not going to think about that right now. We have things to do." During the day, that bouncer is awake, alert, and standing at the door. Bad memory shows up, bouncer turns it away. But at night, the bouncer gets tired. As you lie down and the world goes quiet, your prefrontal cortex powers down to let you sleep. And the moment the bouncer clocks out, the door swings open. Now meet the part of your brain that never sleeps. The amygdala. It's a tiny ancient alarm system whose entire job is to scan for threats and emotional danger. In the daytime, the amygdala is quiet because the bouncer keeps it in check. But at night, with the rational brain offline and no distractions left, the amygdala finally has the floor. And what does it want to talk about? Not the good stuff. Not the time you were kind or funny or right. It wants to review the threats. The slip-ups. The moments you might have embarrassed yourself. That's why it's always 2 a.m. It's not random. It's the one time of day your emotional alarm system gets to run the show with nobody to tell it to be quiet. Okay, but here's the strange part. Of all the millions of memories in your head, why does your brain reach for the cringe? Why not replay something nice? The answer goes back hundreds of thousands of years to a time when being embarrassed could genuinely get you killed. For almost all of human history, you did not survive alone. You survived because you belonged to a group. The tribe shared food, shared warmth, shared protection. And if the group decided it didn't want you anymore, if you were humiliated, shamed, pushed out, you didn't just feel bad. You were exiled. And outside the group alone, you usually died. So your brain evolved a brutal little rule. Social mistakes are not small. Social mistakes are survival threats. This is called the negativity bias. Your brain weighs one embarrassing moment far, far heavier than 100 pleasant ones, because for your ancestors, one bad social slip could be the difference between belonging and being left behind. So when your amygdala scans the day, it isn't looking for joy. It's looking for moments where you might have damaged your standing in the group. And when it finds one, even a tiny one, even a 7-year-old one, it flags it, lights it up, and says, "Review this. Make sure it doesn't happen again. Make sure they still want you." Your brain isn't trying to torture you. It's running a security check. It's an ancient survival system, still scanning the tribe in a world that doesn't really have tribes anymore. Now here's the part that should actually set you free. When you replay that memory at 2 a.m., you are certain of one thing. Everyone remembers. They all saw it. They're all still thinking about it. This feeling has a name too. Psychologists call it the spotlight effect. It's the deep automatic belief that there is a spotlight on you, and everyone is watching, and everyone remembers what you did. But here's the truth. There is no spotlight. The person you embarrassed yourself in front of, they forgot. Almost immediately. Not because they're cruel, but because they were the star of their own movie, not a member of the audience for yours. In fact, right now, that exact person might be lying in their own bed at their own 2 a.m., replaying their own cringe memory, and you are nowhere in it. Everyone is too busy being the main character of their own embarrassing flashbacks to remember yours. That moment that has lived rent-free in your head for 7 years exists, in full, in exactly one place in the entire universe. Your head, and nowhere else. So let's put it all together, because when you see the whole picture, it changes everything. At 2 a.m., your rational brain goes to sleep. Your ancient alarm system wakes up. It reaches for an old social slip because for your ancestors, social slips meant danger. And it convinces you that everyone remembers, even though in reality no one does. Which means the 2 a.m. Memory replay is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's the opposite. It's proof that you are wired to care about other people, to want to belong, to not want to hurt or embarrass anyone. The replay is just your brain's love of belonging showing up in the worst possible costume at the worst possible hour. You are running a threat review on a threat that is already gone. The danger ended years ago. The only person still holding the memory is the one person it can't hurt you with. You. Here's something that will help you the very next time it happens. There is a difference between thinking about a mistake and spiraling on it. And at 2 a.m., your brain has quietly crossed from one to the other without telling you. Thinking has a purpose. It asks, is there something I can actually do here? If the answer is yes, it makes a plan, and then it lets go. If the answer is no, it also lets go, because there is nothing to plan. Spiraling has no purpose. It asks the same question over and over, but it never accepts an answer. What if they hate me? What if they remember? What if I ruined everything? It isn't trying to solve the problem. It's just running the alarm because at 2 a.m., the alarm is the only thing awake. The trick is to notice which one you're doing. The moment you catch yourself asking a question your brain has already answered 10 times, you can gently say, there's nothing to do here right now. This is the alarm, not the problem. And here's the strange, almost funny part. The memory your brain picked tonight is almost never the thing that actually matters. It's rarely the real mistake, the one that hurt someone. It's the harmless, tiny social slip. Because the alarm isn't measuring how bad something was. It's only measuring how exposed you felt. The size of the cringe has almost nothing to do with the size of the wrong. So the next time your brain hands you a 7-year-old memory at 2 a.m., you can look at it almost with affection and say, thank you for trying to keep me safe in a world that doesn't work that way anymore. Yeah. And then you can roll over. Because the meeting where this gets decided already happened. The verdict already came in. And the verdict was, you're fine. You were always fine. There's one more reason, the 2 a.m. Version hits so much harder than the daytime version, and it's purely physical. When you're awake and rested, your brain has plenty of fuel to keep things in perspective. It can hold two thoughts at the same time. Yes, that was awkward, and also it genuinely does not matter. But late at night, you are running on empty. Your brain has been making decisions all day long, and the part that keeps things in proportion is the very first part to run out of gas. So when a memory shows up at 2 a.m., your brain quietly loses its ability to size it correctly. A tiny awkward moment and a genuine disaster start to feel exactly the same. This is why the same memory you can laugh about at noon can feel almost unbearable at midnight. Nothing about the memory changed. The only thing that changed is how much fuel your brain had left to judge it with. So if a memory feels enormous right now in the dark, hold on to this. You are not seeing it clearly. You are seeing it tired. And tired is not the same as true. Wait until morning and watch how quickly it shrinks back down to its real tiny size. So the next time it happens, and it will happen, try this. When the memory shows up, don't fight it. Don't argue with it. Instead, just name it. Quietly say, that's my 2 a.m. Brain running an old survival program. The moment you name it, something shifts. You wake the bouncer back up. You remind the rational part of your mind that there's no real threat here, just an ancient alarm doing its ancient job. And then you can almost thank it. Because that anxious little system kept your ancestors alive long enough for you to be here, lying in this bed at 2 a.m., watching reruns no one else remembers. There's a strange comfort in knowing that the thing keeping you awake is just the part of you that wanted, more than anything, to belong. You always belonged. Your brain just never got the memo. And maybe that's the quiet gift hidden inside the worst hour of the night. Every one of those 2 a.m. Replays is really just a small, clumsy act of love. Your mind, still trying to protect the part of you that wanted to be accepted, to be kept, to belong. It's pointed in the wrong direction. It's 100 years too late. But it was never your enemy. It was only ever trying to keep you safe. So tonight when it starts, you don't have to win the argument. You don't have to prove anything to the dark. You just have to recognize the voice for what it is. And then gently, the way you'd quiet a frightened child, you can tell it, thank you. I've got it from here. And you can let it go. If you've ever felt this, and now you finally have words for it, stay with us here at No Word For It, where we give a name to the feelings you've had your whole life and never knew how to explain.